It's finally here. Season 6 has begun. Canto 8 starting. We've got a lot of stuff to take a look at, that's for sure. New pass available, new main story content, of course, the works. Ego shards are being halved, you know, the usual. How much thread do I get from that? 1,000. That's solid. Oh yeah, but I also get 2,000 more thread from all the boxes. Max level increased. Let me see. Yeah, there's a lot to look at, that's for sure. Let me pop these crates just out of curiosity. Oh, you can only pop 400 at a time. I assume that's so you don't like. I assume it's like that for these two, so you don't pop too many. Yeah, I think I mentioned that in one of the patch notes. How much thread am I at? 6,900. Okay, that's a little bit. That's a little bit. Shard's not anything great. That's to be expected. Battle pass time. Ooh. Oh, this looks fancy. I like this. Let's see. What do we have to look at before I purchase it? I assume nothing on 20. There's usually not anything. Yeah. Let's see. What are we looking at levels? Is there... 30 is going to be Red Sheet Dawn. That's one of the free ones. Okay. And then 40, 100-footed Death Maggot Ishmael. That's going to be a paid one. Makes sense. And then there's going to be a big gap, isn't there? Because of the fact that there's only 4 egos in total. Probably gonna miss some of the things I'm just scrolling through. Yeah. Okay, so Tears of the Tarnished Blood Sinclair is the free one at 80. And then assumably Hong Lu's is gonna be all the way at 120. Yep, and the paid one, of course. Very cool stuff. I think that's just the it says that, but I'm pretty sure that's just the Zilu and Zigong one, so I don't think it's actually a spoiler. Let's see. Who's... oh. Interesting. I gotta buy this. Alright, I gotta get the paid lunacy first. The huge, right? Give me my lunacy. You know I gotta get the funny one, right? How could I not? Give me... I hit the wrong button, cool. I get a level boost ticket 5. 10 fast levels upon purchase. Yeah. I mean, might as well, right? Limbus pass activated. So I get that, which is nice, and I get this, which is very interesting. Oh, I didn't mean to hit that, whatever. Before I hit the claim all button, if I go over to Mirror Dungeons, I can claim my rewards. So I just start with, you know, level 30 on the Battle Pass.
Cool.
And then I can just claim all. It's not going to be too much, because it's like first week. First week doesn't have a lot. Yeah. The level boost ticket is admittedly nice, but... nothing super crazy. Stuff reaching certain battle pass levels already. It's very funny to me how they haven't like buffed this number whatsoever. It really feels like they should. Well, enough of that. Don't need to worry about that too much. Let's take a look at the new banner. Because it's this one. And it's got an effect, and it's just kind of like... cherry blossom meat. Yeah. Very cool stuff. We got the new IDs. Let me take a look at these real quick. How does Serpent Arm look? Gain 3 poise and 2 poise count next turn. That's nice. Target is Rupture, gain 5 poise uncapped. It's on skill use, so it's 5 per turn normally, but that's a lot of potency gain. Okay. I assume that's their main thing. Yeah, 2 from this one. 2 count from this one. Yeah, I think that's their only potency gain, though. At 30 plus to consume 2 poise to reuse coin. Okay, that's nice. Deathrite Venom. 1 or 1, yeah, it's random of those two, yeah. I mean, this really doesn't seem particularly good. But I mean, it means you just get another Rupture proc, like, whenever it runs out effectively. So I mean, it's something. It's already a critical hit, yeah. Attack weight 3, but it's unfocused volley, so it basically is in 1 Rupture on all targets. Yeah, the Rupture count of these guys, not really great. I guess this one's count neutral on Clash Win. That's nice. And this one's count negative. Alright. Kind of was hoping it would be at least slightly better Rupture count maintenance, but that's fine. And let's look at Gregor. Yeah, poise count. More rupture count, but it's only it's still -1 then. This one is -1 on Clash Win, alright. And this one is +1 count. Yeah, not particularly good for count, that's for sure. That's how it goes, though. I didn't check sanity, but, like, I assume it's normal. Yeah, it looks like it. How are they for HP, actually? That's also important. 200, okay, so they should be... This is level 55, though. Actually, I don't know how well that stands in terms of getting Talisman passive. Not that I think they particularly synergize that one with Talisman passive. Well, oh. There's funny animation there. I'm not gonna do... I'll do, like, the free daily pull, right? Or quote-unquote free, the cheap one, since I have the paid lunacy right now. I'm not gonna do pulls for this, since wall purchase is soon, I'd rather save up. But what I will use is, I've got, like, a bunch of these tickets, and these do nothing for me, because the chances I get something new are very low. So I might as well pop them here so I can get some shards for the season, right? And there's, like, a low chance... Really? What? Huh? What are the odds of that? I actually got the new Rodion. That's insanely lucky. There's, like... How many 3-stars are there in the pool? It's a stupid amount. Like, this is like a 1 to 2% chance, I'm sure, right? Because there's got to be, like, 50-ish, like, 3-stars in the pool. Okay. Well, that's really interesting. I wasn't expecting to be able to actually use any of the new units today. I, like, was fully expecting not being able to. I'll pull up the rest of these, too, just because, like I said... I mostly just want to get the shards, so I have them for this season, and these tickets don't really do much for me otherwise. I'll take the Rodion, that's for sure. Yeah, there we go, bunch of those. And I guess I'll just have to get Gregor next week, which is fine by me, that's stupid lucky. Crooked Snape whips faster than the speed of sound. This is probably going to give some info that's, like, vaguely, like, adjacent to the actual Canto itself, but that's fine. I see a small group of people fleeing, navigating past the bodies, growing cold and stiff. But it won't matter. Don't they know there's no getting away from the snakes? Yeah. Oh, Jia family. Oh. Oh, it doesn't say the actual fact there, but it said the villagers of the Jia family. Interesting. Tonight is not as deadly as the night in the backstreets. The nighttime of Hong Yuan is when various grievances and resentments come to light and clash. Maybe that's why. Nighttime is when those who harass and bully vendors and merchants during daytime then tremble and fall on the dirt to scurry under their desks. Nighttime is when those who would normally look down on the poor are rendered sobbing and sniveling as they demand to know under whose bidding we have been sent. Every swing is a beheading of the arrogant, and their decapitated heads thump lightly before rolling across the wood floor like bowling balls. One of the heads comes to a rolling stop, and its eyes stare straight into mine. Resentment, fear, sorrow. Familiar sentiments, all of them, swirl behind the gathering cloudiness of those eyes. Ha! Think you've got it rough, huh? You don't deserve to look at me like that. You've never felt the shearing cold. You've never felt the hunger, the sensation of bones sticking to your skin. Very, very Rodion relevant so far, that's for sure. How dare a mere beast of the Haisho lecture us? You're nothing more than livestock. I don't even look around as I decapitate the source of that voice with my polearm. I felt something rising from my throat. It was dry and discomforting. Don't they know why they're just getting killed? How do they not see that this is totally just desserts? That's... I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be desserts and not desert, but oh well. So, despite knowing that there weren't anyone to hear my words, I speak to the decapitated heads as I walk across the creaking floorboards. It's never enough, is it? Even with all this infinite wealth, you still had to look for more, huh? I guess it's more of a rhetorical question. It's power, isn't it? You wanted that little morsel of power, something more than money can get, didn't you? They must have been too greedy. Greedy enough to draw the ire of a different candidate. My lords, to be exact. I mean, as far as we can tell, like, C Branch is working for... I don't remember the names. I need to... Jachu, I think, right? They seem to be working for him to some degree, because Jachu is the one who cuts down, God, I really should have re-gone over some of the characters' names. It's been a while. But in the one CG, it seems to be the C Branch that does that. And they have the gall to give me that look. They pretty much brought all of this upon themselves. I do wonder how many of the Haisho branches we're actually going to end up getting by the end. Because so far we've gotten 2 of them, we've gotten 2 3-stars each, and we know one more by name, being the Z branch, which are the rats, and there's also the 9 others for the other Chinese zodiac animals. I think there's a decent chance we get some more of them, potentially like random 2-star. I mean, if we're doing 2 3-stars this week, I don't even know if we will get random 2-stars. Maybe like random Z branch 2-star would make sense if they're like the rat faction, their gimmick is like grouping up or something. If nothing else, then Haisho is a pretty solid candidate for random Season 0 stuff going forward, so that's cool. Looks like I've decapitated all of them. My lord's orders were simple. The mission is to find a small hermitage called Songan, Pine Hermitage. Okay, so there's some interest. They're doing like the, I assume that's like the Chinese name and then the translation, so we know what it means. That's actually really cool. If they're gonna do stuff like that to help like translate some of the meaning stuff, that's really nice to give to everyone else on the list. There's a weird exception clause listed there. What did it say like in here? Pine Songan, yeah. If they're gonna keep on doing it, that is really cool, because a lot of the times it's foreign word that you don't understand the meaning of. So if they put like the meaning too, that is nice. Although I guess they put the meaning as the main one and like the actual like Chinese word as like the subtitled one. Should I encounter Trigger's Nautilus, I should crush their head, but I didn't see anyone that fit the conditions in the tiny hermitage. Well, now that's taken care of. I should head back to... Huh? I detect a very small noise coming from under the pile of crates. I reflexively reach out and destroy them, and a tiny shadow crawled out from under them. Ha. Ha. So that's why the Lord sent the Haisho here. You know, they're secretly raising a potential candidate here. A potential rival to him. Please don't kill me, Miss Haisho. Mom and Dad said, we want to live in Daguan Yan's blessings. I have to work hard to put on the family hierarchy and bring prosperity to our family. He's just a kid. He doesn't even know what he's talking about. Now why do you have to go and hide there? Couldn't you have picked a better hiding place than under some random crate? The boy is barely holding back his tears, but the hermitage is quiet and there are no witnesses. You gonna kill him? Now I'm thinking about it, my lord probably didn't know for sure that there was a kid either. There wouldn't have been that awkwardly worded clause if he did. He would have just told me to kill the child. He must have sent a Haisho for this job as a warning. A warning to others that he shouldn't even hear rumors of something like this. Well, I see how it is. If the Lord's gonna get me out of here, well, he can't afford to use us snakes for the big missions, right? That's why he's using us only for these small, cheaper missions. Heh, looks like this Lord's finally gonna be the one to keep the promise. Huh? What are you... Don't worry about it. It's better that you don't know. You're a lucky one, kiddo. This was a mission I volunteered to take. No other Haisho's coming. And the other Haisho that's supposed to be here seems to be taking the liberty of giving himself the night off. Gregor, of course. I haven't seen him all night. Sit still, kid. Don't want to accidentally cut your head in half. I won't have to crush his head. A quick beheading should do it. I can explain this to my lord and... Whoops, just realized that you pretty much had the situation handled. Did Gregor just kill the child? Oh, I didn't just jump the gun, did I? My bad if I did. The head drops to the floor. There's a large hole straight through the skull. The boy's head hits the floor with a wet thump in a fashion unlike the other decapitated heads, which rolled away with an almost blithe bounciness. The flesh was raw. Vicious blood drips and sticks to the wood. It's like this lord's got a sixth sense or something, huh? How do you know there'd be a kid here? Yeah, right. This is why I hate this work. Not allowed to even make a single judgment. Just follow the Lord's orders. Won't make any enemies or friends, but that's what makes us nothing more than tools. Its long-term prospects are pretty dire. At least I can comfort myself with the fact that the deal I made with the Lord will be fulfilled soon. This miserable work. Just a few more days and I won't have to be a Haisho anymore. Decent odds Rodion is based on a named character, right? Rodion seems to be like the more important of the two. Gregor's feels more like the 2-star that got elevated into 3 stars. And I don't say that because of animations or anything. I mostly just say that because they... Actually, don't know, because normally they do 2-star then 3-star, right? So if it's following that logic, then Gregor would be... I don't know. Something about the Rodion one just makes me feel like it's more important, but just kind of a feeling, right? What took you so long? Our Lord gave me a last-minute extra mission. Had to take care of that first. I'll probably learn what that is whenever I deal with his update story next week, eh? Mission? Yep, Lord's looking to deal with a prominent campaign from the Chue family tomorrow? Or, no, that's... No, X's. No, X is S-H-E, right? Right. So it's like Shubai? What am I saying? Shue. Shue? Shao? 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 Uh, Whatever. So, just asking in case you had your hopes up, but you didn't actually believe him, right? That he'll free you and take you under his wing? Huh? Of course not. I'm not stupid. The words that came out of my own mouth were strangely placid, almost jovial. Yeah, no same person in Hong Yuan's ever going to take a non-adept Haisho under their wing. The family hierarch's war is coming, right? It'll be a dumb move to not be a Haisho. So glad I'm a Haisho when stuff's going down for reals. We get a brief period to relax once they pick the family hierarch too, don't we? It was as though something had taken control of my tongue to speak, as though all the gloom in my words were clean and filtered before leaving my lips. If I admit that I desire for nothing more than to escape this life of a Haisho, I'll have to face what a miserable thing I've become. You're not wrong. Besides, I know how much you guys will miss me. There'll be a super capable snake-sized hole when I'm gone. That's, well, you're not entirely wrong there, but also not entirely correct. Come on, this is why you say, you're so right. This is when you say, you're so right, okay? No wonder you're so boring. You've been at this for too long. Well, let's head back. I'll report the mission success to the Lord. I need to visit him soon anyway. The other snake leaves. I found myself transfixed by the crushed head, its shape now almost unrecognizable. But I soon look away and leave the hermitage. My room smells of mold and lukewarm humidity. What's going on in the background there? I didn't, notice that before. There's, a bird. Do they still, do they send messages by Eagle in this district? That feels really inconvenient, if so, because of how much it seems like a square of, slums, right? Like a cube made primarily of, slums. I don't know, though. Maybe that's the... I actually don't know Chinese Zodiac by heart. One of them's got to be, Birdie, though. Right? Maybe they can just fall and turn into birds. I don't know. The mouse of the room was just too much like my own heart. So I buried my face between my knees to calm the growing misery. I don't know. I just don't know anymore. Everything he asked, I did without question. Was it too much to ask to forfeit a few months of his time with the leash? There was never going to be any escape from this life, no matter how loyal I was. I knew that, but I still had to ask. He could have chosen me. Why wasn't it me? I didn't want to think anymore. The thing only seemed to sink me, drag me deeper into the endless abyss. I'm so cold. Jeez. Very interesting. I'm definitely assuming that, based on how much, depth seems to be going on with that character, I think chances are... I don't have the Rodian shards right. That makes sense. Since, season reset. I can pop that real quick. Oh, I've got these two. I'll just pop, wrong one. Don't want to use that. Just pop, 25 on Rodion, right? Don't need to do too many for this. Oh, that was actually pretty lucky. Getting 61 from 25. Where was I? Right. Up to you again. Cool getting another unit with a, power guard, because we haven't gotten any power guard stuff since Spy West Sinclair and Spy West Ishmael, right? How good of a roll is it, actually? I should probably take a look at that. It's a 13. That's fine, right? It's what you'd expect. It doesn't need to win clashes, right? Since it still reduces damage taken. You still want to win clashes. The combat are getting through certain right next turn, yeah. Seems pretty good, and it means it's going to take you a little bit of time to build up your poise, but that shouldn't be too big of a problem in the actual Canto itself, right? I think it's an interesting gimmick. Not sure, doesn't seem like it'll be super good for Rupture, though, right? I don't know, you don't really have... this is Rupture neutral at best. And this one is, Rupture negative at best, right? It's -1 if you hit the Flash Wind, Rupture count all targets. This spreads it to multiple people, though, so technically it's positive to a degree. I just gotta keep in mind it hits 3 different targets, potentially, because of Unfinished Folly. So it should be Rupture... Assuming it hits all targets once. I kind of wish it worked like that. Each coin was guaranteed to hit a different target or something. First coin always targets the main target, and then the second and third coin, it's just random. Could be, the main one 3 times. I don't know, I kind of wish it was, all 3 targets or something. Would have been a fun bit, but not too much of a worry. Let's see, as far as the team I want to run, I really want to run, GHE, Honglu, GHE Mer, and then, probably the 2 other high shows, since they're also relevant right now. Yeah. And then who else am I feeling? I guess that's the question. Let's set them all to base units just so I can think this through. I don't really want to lean into Rupture too much, I don't think. I'll, like, have some Rupture stuff going on. I could do, like, a Rupture team that's not too concerned about, right? I don't really want to lean into Rupture for main story stuff. Because I don't want to kill bosses that quickly, right? Hongu will be good because he's got Dimension Shredder, so he's got, like, a way to contribute. Ugh, words. We could throw on, like, Deviat Sinclair. That's a funny bit. I really haven't used him that much at all. Yeah, sure, we'll try it. His, I guess his Branch Knowledge could be good, but Lantern's also, like... Lantern Corrosion's good for Rupture count, theoretically speaking. But it's a Corrosion, so it'll take a lot of Gluttony. But we've got Gluttony on a Rupture team. I think that'll be my main 6, yeah. And then we throw on, like, some random units on the back. Priest for the bit. Lantern, of course. Like the 7s. Yeah, we'll throw on Rupture stuff for the back. I guess we throw on LCCB. Why not? Don't really have a better option for Rupture for you. And Warp, of course. Okay, that should be pretty good. Do I level people up now, or do I... I probably just don't bother, I think, right? Oh yeah, let me pull this up. Even a few more, I won't have to be this beast anymore. Oh, fitting. Haisho means, like, Black Beast, I think. If I'm not mistaken. Which is why, like, in the, like, trailer for Nocturnal Sleeping, it says, like, Beware the Beasts in Black. Since that is just the literal translation of Haisho. Should be a good team. I don't think I need to worry about ego stuff too much. It should be more or less what I want, right? I'm sure there's some, like, changes I can make here or there, but I think this is fine. Enough stalling, I think, though. It's time for the Surrendered Witnessing. Exciting stuff, that's for sure. Oh, geez, we can move up, like, oh, God. It lets you move up and down a lot. D&D is going to be a very vertical map, kind of similar to how, like, K-Corp was, right? Or I should say Canto 4. You would go pretty high up. I assume we're going to get to, like, the main building and it's going to be stupidly tall at some point. Oh, we're starting with a fight. Huh. Interesting. Kind of wanted to play you first. Yeah, why not? Then you, then you. Okay, cool. This should be good. Yeah, a lot of Gluttony, as you'd expect for a Rupture team. Bringing up the funny lines, yeah. Flowers wilt, petals fall, a drizzle of blossoms sky blotting. Colors fade, fragrance dies, but who shall mourn their passing? To the garden I go, and hand a flower rake, only to pace, lest crushed the scattered blossoms I make. Thus in this troubled world I breathe. To shut my eyes is my sole reprieve. Oh, the Hierarch of Hongyuan, Jamu. So this is like the Hierarch, right? The cream of the crop, you could say. Little by you must have walked and toiled on your journey home. I assume this is a flash forward then, right? Similar to what they did at Canto 4. I wouldn't say I suffered much, grandmother. My days were always filled with new and interesting things to see. What are they talking about over there? They're sitting so far apart that I can hardly hear them. I mean, is this even a dining table? I can't even see who's sitting on the other end from here. Giant table. Is there anything bothering you, dear guests? If this humble servant can help with any... Oi! There's something bothering me, alright? We're in the middle of a meal. Can you please stop? No, nope, not at all. Nothing's bothering us at all. Everything's good. Sinclair's freaked out. What is he so scared of happening? At this point, have we already seen like something horrible happen for someone speaking up or something? Oh, Lady Wang. Now, by you, my boy. When will you introduce me to your new friends? And this is mother? Oh boy. I never know how to act in front of others' parents. Where should I look? Is this an appropriate size for a polite smile? I hope I don't come off too smarmy. Yeah. Because everyone here has met your... all the Limbus company has met your mother, and she's not exactly that swell. Haha, it's nothing to fuss over. Think of this as your own place and enjoy your time here. Woohoo! Thank ya! But, this place is so huge that I can hardly relax. I'm worried I might get lost going out for a cup of water. Ah, don't you worry. We have stray people shelters located all around the house for that. Our servants visit them once a month to collect anyone who's unfortunately gotten lost. Okay. If they're still alive, that is. Stray people shelter. Okay. Haha. Hong Lu, that has to be the funniest joke you've ever told. Haha. Yeah, very, very funny joke. Haha, I wasn't joking, but I'm glad you enjoyed it anyway. I must ask, Honglu, for I spy no other sibling of yours here. This is quite odd, Isangjo, for I thought this to be a welcoming party for your return. Hey, it's my welcoming party too! Besides, what makes you think we'd ever want to see their stupid faces? Just to get mad? It's been like 10 whole years since we even shared a meal together, jeez. We've got a time frame now, so like, when they last shared a meal together, it was probably like mid-LobCorp then, yeah? Interesting. Oh, and don't even think about trying to chat me up. Did you already forget what I said earlier? There is nothing between us anymore. We're enemies. Tragic. Did we initiate the conversation, though? Oh, I am simply so glad that my son, Baoyu, has returned as a man who can now more than carry his own weight, and unharmed, too. So, dear Baoyu, I don't mean to rush, but when are you planning to depart again? Seems very cold, but I assume it's in, like, I don't know, she seems like she cares to a degree. I'm not fully sure. This is... Dream of Red Chamber is a book I haven't looked into whatsoever, right? I know very little about it. Because it's a book that's hard to, like, learn much about without, like, going through a lot. Because I know a lot happens in it. So a lot of what I say is going to be based on knowing basically nothing about the book, right? Hopefully that's fine. Yeah, she seems like she cares to a degree, but wants him to leave for his own sake, I assume, right? Nothing has been decided yet, Mother. I see. I am simply concerned that were your stay here to be prolonged, perhaps you might fade before your duties are completed. Fade? I assume, is that poetic waxing, or is that actually a problem? Do you not also agree, Venerable Jamu? Indeed. Dear Baoyu, our peerless treasure, tarry not over long in this mundane world. Leave when the time is right, and fulfill your worth. Okay, grandmother, mother. Throughout the entire familial discussion, Honglu's expression remained the same, in that tranquil, perpetual smile. Despite his return after years of wandering being met with the family's obvious push to make him leave as soon as possible, he stands unaffected, as though he was expecting this gaudy yet hollow welcome. With his attitude being so passive, I also had no choice but to watch as a bystander. A few hours ago, yeah, this is where we do the jump back. The palanquin will be here soon. A palanquin? Whoa, so cool. That sure sounds like a fancy ride. Isn't that just super, Greg? Oh, yeah, Sound. Are we getting a palanquin or whatever it's called to give us a ride all the way to the mansion? What is a palanquin? I've got no clue. The usual comedy for his death returns to the night in the mood are particularly appreciated today, as tragically ineffective as they seem to be. Yes, the LCB and Jazzy-chan will head to Dagwanyan, the Grand View Garden. It makes sense. So Yuan assumably just means garden in Chinese, since, what does Wanyan stand for? Eternal Garden, I think, right? Which is what they call it, H-Corp. We're one of the most prominent families of H-Corp reside. If they're sending a whole palanquin to pick us up, does Honglu's family already know that he'll be participating in the family hierarch war? No, it is unlikely that they are aware. After all, it can be assumed that the most likely reason that this company waited until the last minute to relay us this order is to minimize the chance of information leakage. Yeah, fair enough. Also, let's take a look at the background. Is there a random Hama Pong Pong hidden in here? That might be Hama Pong Pong. It looks vaguely similar to the colors. Not like super obviously though. Most of this is Chinese, so hard to say. Therefore, it would be correct to presume the palanquin is here merely as a gesture of welcome for Honglu and Jiazi Chun's return. Which means only the invited, Honglu, Jiazi Chun, and their factions can ride the palanquin to Dagawanian. Who does that exclude? Oh, okay. So LCCB don't count. I was like, does that mean like Virgil? Yeah, they don't count. This means the LCCB, Virgil, and Karen won't be able to join you on this journey. That's too bad. It would have been nice if we could all go there together. Probably for the best that Virgilius isn't going along. He wouldn't enjoy it. Just as petty as I expected from the seniors of our family, would it kill them to house a handful more people in that humongous part of the house? It's not like they'd notice the difference. Oh my, how touching. Looks like Miss Jiazi Chun thinks she'll miss us too. What a thing to say in my face after that shameless backstabbing. We didn't know. I guess, like, Sound might have known already? I don't know. I mean, do any of you comprehend what it means to participate in the family hierarchy war? Nope. Do you even understand why we call it a war when the official name for it is an evaluation? Because only one comes out on top, I assume. Yeah. You're risking your lives by getting involved in this. Once you get in there, you'll be stalked at every turn by people looking to kill you. Including me. Oh. Remember how Wei saved your life back in that fake Kazan? Now I'm in the same scenario, except this time it could be Wei who's there to kill you. I must say ahead of time, this is a truly regrettable turn of events. I did not wish to have to fight any of you, but... Wei looked at us with an unfamiliar and cold, intense glare. Well, we feel very much the same way, so looks like we're on the same page there. I assume we're going to be going through a Canto 6 type situation where the first few fights are going to be against like random like grunts of the place, right? Like we're going to fight more of, like the hooligans, like the Triax office or the other random factions that jumped us in Nocturnal Sweeping. This means that I'm also fair game. You could stab me in the back again, literally this time. Hopefully it doesn't resort to that. No, never. I wouldn't even dream of doing something like... Jiazi-chan ignored Sinclair's anxious pleas and looked straight toward Honglu. This could be the last chance to change your mind, brother. I didn't invite you to join my faction with a light heart. It's beyond our control now. We gotta do what Limbus says. Also, I just noticed that guy in the background is like a cool prosthetic head. Look at that. That's funny looking. Maybe it's about time we get more like random funny prosthetic people. Because I guess, well, we did get multi-crack. That was like half prosthetics for like Sasha, right? Like, I think there was more prosthetic-y for like the unnamed ones, but we're definitely due for more funny prosthetic users. Prosthesis? I think that's the plural, right? Prosthesis users? I might be wrong. I know the life you've lived, Sichan. I also grew up hearing those countless tales of the family hierarchy war, just as you did. So the weight we're feeling must be the same. Right. So this is where our tenuous alliance really ends. Well, not like I care. It did drag on a little too long for a temporary alliance forged out of convenience. All things come to an end. We're just going back to how things used to be. That's all. And that's fine by me. I think that's enough chit-chat with you then. Okay, if that's what you want. Oh, Si-chun. What? Please don't tell the family that I'll be participating, will you? I was told to keep this a secret for now. Tell me one reason I should do you that favor now. For someone who supposedly doesn't care, Si-chun appeared rather hurt as she took a moment to glare at Honglu, biting her lower lip. Then suddenly strode right up to him. Huh. Is this even your call, brother? Or were you just following their orders? Jiazi-chan gestured towards the rest of us with her chin. My participation in the family hierarchy was already decided. If you're still curious to know why, then... Si-chan, Do you believe that my choices carry any significant meaning? Oh, I see. This again. So you already know what participating in the war means, but you just have no idea why I'd ever ask you something like that. Huh. Fine. Looks like I don't even need to hear your reply. There's no point in trying with you anymore. At least I'll have fun watching how far you get with that shallow, meaningless attitude of yours. Hey, wait! Jazzy-chan appeared pretty distressed out of the exchange, so I was about to say something, when Pilot, who had been fiddling with the radio by his sound, began shouting urgently. Pilot's like one mistake away from being, like, publicly executed. Like, he's in a rough state. Oh yeah, we can also see that what I think is the Hum Pang Pang ad again there. I don't know if it actually is. It might be Hum Pang Pang in, like, Chinese or something, right? But it's, like, the same color, you know? It's like the Hum Pang Pang, like, brownish orange. Maybe I'm stretching, maybe not. Gotta do, like, a comparison later. Whoa, Manager-san! A palanquin's being seen coming this way! Is a palanquin, like, is that, like, the weird 10 things people carry? That's my only guess, but I've got no clue. I guess I can just look it up. I've been waiting. Yeah, okay, it's exactly what I thought. It's like the wooden boxes that have a bunch of sticks on and people, like, carry it, right? It's one of those thingies that you see, like monarchs get in a lot of, like, especially, like, Chinese media, right? They'll just be carried around effectively by a bunch of servants in the little wooden box. I'd like to chill a bit today. Yesterday was too tough. Let's head on over so we can at least relax on the way there. Nope, we're taking this one. You never think twice about giving things up to others anyway, do you, brother? Huh? What the heck do you mean? Come on, let's do this fair and square with, like, rock, paper, and scissors? Wow, sure. Why decide the next hierarchy of the game of rock, paper, and scissors too? How's that? Honestly, yeah, go for it. I'd be down. It's like coin flips, basically. Jazzy-chan gave a wry look before leaving. Wei followed her wordlessly. Boy, and I thought we were finally making some friends out here. I guess, like, what else? How much, like, does Z-chan have in terms of, like, support, right? Because it was mentioned she was, like, with a group of people back in Canto 7, right? And, like, the like, Blood Fiend thing when they were, like, at the meetings and stuff. With Hana Association, like, that sort of thing. But, like, we only know it's Wei, like, right now. It's assumably more, but I assume it's, like, generics, like, of a similar, like, style to Wei, probably. Something along those lines. Who knows, maybe she's secretly got, like, a Haisho pack under her wing. I doubt it, but you never know. Hey, look, over there's a group waiting for a palanquin. One of them must be the candidate the client told us about. Yep. Of course. Everyone, there's a group of hostile-looking people coming our way. She who is unlikely to be the only one who's going after the other candidates. Executive manager, we best take care of them before the next palanquin arrives. Yeah. What can we do, right? Alright, yeah, it's random grunt. It said it was, like, level 45 recommended / week. I think we've got a pretty / heavy team, don't we? Wait. Wait, we get 7? Wait! Huh? Wait! I was not I didn't notice that. I just straight up didn't. I was selecting the 12 units as normal. I didn't notice we get 12. Oh. Okay, that's big then. Like I said, though, it's fairly / heavy team, right? Because, like, you're blunt, right? But, like, you two are all mono /. You're / pierce, right? Yeah. You're blunt, pierce, blunt. You're, like, / pierce, pierce. Yeah, I know you're / blunt. Just a bit of slash then, right? What do these guys do? Anything? What are they? Bleed? Tremor? I don't know if target is Hong. Oh, does Hong get an effect? Not yet, okay. That makes sense. I don't think Dawn didn't get an effect until, like, a few fights in, right? So that's probably what's going on here. Oh no, all lowercase, lose 5 experience class, and gain 2 red next turn, once per turn. Alright. The attack for fairy. Alright. Simple enough stuff. God, it's so weird starting with 7 again. We have not had 7 since, like, a while, right? Since, like, Mirror Dungeon 2 times. Oh, completely forgot to play DHA Honglu correctly. I just popped his skill 3 just like that. Well, that's fine. He won the clash thanks to it. Maybe he would have lost if he went for a different skill. Oh, I should probably be getting like the high show stuff going. Just have all of them defensive skill first turn. Oh well, I might be like messing up a wee bit, but like it's the first fight. We will be fine. And instead it was 10 enemies total. Yeah. I assume is there only one wave? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, at this point, like, yeah, you've got your Serpent Arm. Oh, you gained it same. Wait, how did you get it the same turn? I thought, wasn't it next turn? Oh, no, it's because, right. The skill 3 is same turn. Yeah, the defensive skill is next turn. Right, but the skill 3 is same turn stuff, so that's good. Yeah, you've already got, like, decent poise. That's cool. Have to try and, like, at least somewhat manage your poise antics. Yeah, it's worth it. We'll pop it. Okay, yeah, I've thrown pretty notably here. That's fine. Could have had you at 3 inside already. Oh well. Them's the breaks. Got this guy with the Cursing Grave Sword, will ya? Thank you. I just love gutting people with the Cursing Grave Sword. The death rates stack, right? I remember seeing something about someone wondering whether or not death rates will, like, overwrite each other. But, like, I don't think it said anything about them overwriting each other, right? I assume you can have a multitude of them. What did that say? There's something going on in the... I'm hitting the wrong things. Can you stack... Oh, no, it's right. That's what it's saying. Okay, so you can stack the death rates, right? It didn't say anything, like, to the contrary, so I think that was mostly expected, but you never know sometimes. Weird things happen from time to time. Study Hall, we got peering through a key, cool. I've also been completely ignoring, like, Murso's insight. I may just have him here because being able to get, like, some shield onto Honglu seems pretty useful, thanks to erudition, right? And I mean, I think I used DHA Murso a decent bit in Canto 7, like, for the 3rd week at least. So, I mean, I have used him for some main story stuff, but I don't know, I feel like there's a fun way of doing this. Oh, is that the death rate? Is that what it looks like? Yeah. Rupture trigger by a critical hit. Yeah. Weird effect, that's for sure. Not super strong. It's pretty, like, underwhelming, honestly. Especially when compared to, the other one. God. Words are hard right now. Not starting about, I mean, death right, haste, yeah. It's like game or rupture count, yeah, like, that's nice. That helps the rupture count. You don't really have anything that helps you. You do have pretty solid poison maintenance with Snake Arm, or Serpent Arm, that's for sure. I'm definitely noticing that so far. Pretty nice. That'll work. Finally getting Honglu to 3 insight, and it's when the fight's good as over. Teehee, silly me. More of these. Okay, these are the last enemies then. This is the rest of it. You don't have your thingy because oh, that's fine. I don't think we're at a point where it's really worth bothering anymore, right? That's fine. And you can just double study hall here, I guess. Yeah, that works. Or not double study, double unveil. I saw the passive and then just immediately like got it stuck in my mind. Interesting. We're going back to 7 centers. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like 7 is too much at most times. Maybe it'll, like, be, like, different, though. Maybe they won't, like, stick to 1, right? I feel like 6 is a good amount, because it means you've got half on the front, half on the back. It just kind of adds up to be nice. Who knows? We'll have to see what they do with it, right? We're still not super used to, like, because the only, like, fights that really make use of 7 are the Canto 4 boss fights, and then, like, the Railway 2 enemies. I'd absolutely be down if they just make it so, like, fights are a lot more varied in how many people you can bring. Because I think that's more interesting than it just being a solid 6 always, right? You guys are very dead. Don't even know why I'm bothering making sure that works, because it doesn't matter here. And Cursor Butcher Blade, slicing you with a Cursed Blade, as we tend to do.
더 이상 식별되는 적은 없습니다.
No more signs of enemy reinforcements, Executive Manager. Phew, at least there's an end to them this time. The guys that attacked us when we first got here were endless. No, the sweepers were endless. Well, that's because we walked right into a trap then. Shallow, but still. Anyways, C-Chan appeared pretty hurt by that, didn't she? Honestly, though, I get why she feels so betrayed. Moral of the story is about Hong's family we heard. Imagine you're one of their kids, thinking that you finally found, like, a potential ally in the family, only for him to pretty much stab you in the back last minute. Yeah, right? It was really awkward for me too, even though I wasn't exactly involved. You delivered the news, though, so you're kind of like, don't shoot the messenger, but you might get shot a little bit, because people like to shoot messengers. Sao chimed in nonchalantly as though it wasn't her who pulled the plug on our alliance last second. Yeah. Anyways, where's our escort? I can't imagine that H-Corp can't offend to send us guards with the palanquin. Oh, or the senator's gonna need to carry it? Wait. The family love each other enough to send escorts for their safety. I doubt they'd be holding a cutthroat ceremony like the family hierarchy evaluations. So it's gonna be like a peddling the bus moment in Canto 5 when like all the senators except for like Honglu and I assume Dante is gonna like sit in it. It's a world where might makes right, where the strong prey in the weak. I mean, I guess if they're delivering a palanquin to us, then surely someone would have to carry it here, so I don't know. Maybe it won't be like, they won't bat an eye even if one of the dozens of candidates is found dead in some ditch on the road. Even if it's like a small child, Gregor will still stab them in the head before they get like a second thought. Oh, sorry, Honglu. Must have been running my mouth again without thinking about how that sounds. No, you're pretty much spot on. Someone usually stopped me before I got too far. Don't worry, you didn't say anything wrong. Took me a while to realize that other families weren't like this, but yeah, this is all he knew. There's no reason to be upset by the way things are. Yeah. Is that so? Is that so, Honglu? Smoothly cleaned up. Didn't take any damage from anyone except for Yisong. He took 23 damage. What a fool. I can always learn them again. Oh, right, we're making him... Actually, it is kind of nice to be using DH here, because we're making him forget everything. Oh, for whom the bell tolls. I love it when the bell tolls. Big fan of bell tolling. What's that ominous metallic noise? The bell. The tolling of bells, bells with a resonance unlike that of any other normally marked by their clarity. What does that entail? This bell is muddled as if it tolls for ill fortune on the horizon. Wow, that bell sure is a resounding reminder that I'm home again. What is it, like clock tower type bell? Is it signifying it's like an hour mark? Or is it signifying like, I don't know. It's the bell that tolls every once in a while. Oh, every once in a while. Oh, of course. You can hear its resonance from anywhere in Hongguan. It's restructuring day. Huh? But the restructuring day already... She trails off, unable to finish her sentence as a brutal scene unfolds behind us. Whoa! Are you guys seeing this? Does the bell indicate that there's restructuring going on? The buildings are all starting to shift. As Ishmael said, the buildings all tethered to a complicated network of rails, whether rising from or sinking into the earth. Movement has been observed from every building in the vicinity. Everything is changing. The fact that it says on rails makes it seem it's a lot more mechanical than I thought. Right? Because seems like Hongguan seems to, like, tie to, like, natural, like, stuff to a degree with how it's all about, like, the boluses, like, mutating people and the like. So I just assumed that, like, the entirety of Hongguan was, like, living. But, like, saying, like, complicated network of rails makes it seem more mechanical. But maybe the bit is it's, like, more mechanical and organic, like, working hand in hand, right? Something like that. The localized shifting of structures we had observed yesterday night were not as sweeping as this. What we saw last night must have been a premonition of the restructuring day, nudging some buildings or positions for a smoother overall redistribution of space. Okay, so it's not like they do it during the night in the backseats, like, specifically. If it's a day, then is it like once a month or something? Or what? Now this is the real deal. If you don't pay your taxes in time, your house gets swallowed into the earth. Huh. That whole mess was just a premonition. It's a remnant of an old H-Corp. Oh, yep. The one before, the one that we see in LobCorp, right? Because we see Garion, like, destroying the old H-Corp, assuming the one before Hongyuan. Oh, this one's the one that was long before the current Hongyuan. So maybe it's like an even older H-Corp than that? I don't know. Trucker's been here for a while, so we can't know the nature of the purpose of Singular, but at the moment, they shift based on the current H-Corp's restructuring standards. Okay. So the district itself is the impact of, like, is the byproduct of a singularity of a previous H-Corp, not the current one. Similar to how, like, W-Corp's, like, warp stuff is a previous Corp. But in this case, it seems more so like something they're, like, stuck with. Although it seems they've made use of it. The World Assembly shifts overnight. Yet those who toiled have not to fear. It is not choice to have a place to rest your feet tonight. I don't know what to sing for this, right? To those who weren't availed of fortune, this is simply the reality to bear. This is a very, like, sad song. Only choice is to retreat in silence, to accept your fate as one might. Await the coming... yeah, that's what it is, month. Await the coming month, ponder how one might save their skin. How many shall plummet today, and how many shall remain? Hold on not to all things too tight. I mean, by the sounds of, like, the voiceover, I don't think it's supposed to be very musical. It's just, like, kind of sing-songy. For you may lose sight of when to let go, and feign ignorance when you must take flight. And then people start falling from above you. Alright. The consequence of reassembly for the evicted is an endless plummet. What a terribly distressing sight to behold, unable to do aught to help. Is this another one of H-Corp's idiosyncrasies? I don't know. Don't other nests also have one measures of one's wealth. Some of them to, like, some degree, of course, right? Like, T-Corp's is time, H-Corp's is, like, space. Oh, it's time and space. When are we getting, like, distortion? Question mark? I don't know. Don't think that would be a reasonable metric, knowing what distortion means in this universe. As T-Corp makes use of time as currency. I wonder what other corps will do. I assume, like, S-Corp is going to be, like, food or something. I don't know. There's a lot of ways you could take this. Not every nest seems to, like, follow, like, a super strict way. Some nests seem more normal than others. We don't know for sure, though. Because, like, K-Corp seemed fairly normal. But at the same time, like, I don't know. Maybe we've just had our definition of normal is not normal for the city, right? Exactly. H-Corp's measure of both the currencies based on how much space the person owns, measured by a scale they call rooms. Okay. It asks the measure of one's space is the measure of one's wealth. Exactly. So once every month, the worth of each person's labor and the quantity of their income are measured to determine how much space they're assigned. Huh. That's interesting. Because not... the income is part of it, but also the worth of one's labor. So there's a bit of, like, a more metaphorical, like, part of that, right? How much the district values your work. So they can just kick me out of my home for no reason? What the? Just what kind of ridiculous rule is that? I mean, it sounds like it is a reason. It's because you don't have enough money, and that's how it works in the real world, too. Well, it might appear that way to outsiders like us, but the Kagan and the researchers are meticulously designed and have been here for a long time, so it seems to me that everyone just accepts them as their natural part of their lives. And also, how do you rebel against it? You rebel against it, you get, like, cut down by, like, some random high show branch or something. Maybe not the high show. Maybe. I don't know. High shows seem to be a little bit more free-willed than, like, a proper H-Corp government, but, like... I don't know. Have you seen this happen in person too, Honglu? This restructuring day? I have. I mean, cause assumably the bell signifies restructuring day, and Honglu said the bell happens every once in a while. It sounds like he isn't particularly aware, or doesn't care about this too much. Sometimes I watch the cityscape from behind the railings of my room. He was like kind of like above needing to care about it, right? That sort of thing. So he never did, something like that. It happened far, far away from me, but I could see it all very well. His expression remains tranquil, and still as he calmly reminisces. It was like then, when he was merely watching the featureless scenery passing by. Daguanyan, my old home, was never too concerned about restructuring days. We'd get more rooms some days, but we'd never, ever shrink. Yeah, just consuming more and more wealth. So I've never been affected by these restructuring days, and only ever witnessed them as they happened beneath me, high up in my room. You're... fine. I doubt there was anything you could have done, but... You just sat on your hands and watched all this. He left trailed off, but I could see that he was gritting his teeth. Ah! Another palanquin's coming! And there's your ride. I think we've chatted enough, so let's get you guys going. This is a palanquin? Yep, look, there's a palanquin large enough to comfortably seat a big crowd of people together. Okay. Young Master Jabao and his 12 honored guests, is that correct? Darn, I was hoping the sinners would have to pull it because that would have made for a funny CG, but that's fine. It's 13 to be exact? Is it? Who do you mean? Because it's at a Honglu and his 12 honored guests. So that's including everyone, right? What do you mean? But I thought Sad wasn't invited. Who are we inviting then? Whoa, hold your horses. I told the young Master Barry's faction was just 12 people. Upon hearing that, Sad began aggressively striding towards him, causing the Palanquin bear to shrink in fear. Whoa, slow down, lady. We are 12 people. What's wrong? I mean, don't tell me this thing looks like a normal contributing member of a clan to you. Oh, really? You're pulling that card, Sound. What? Sound suddenly grabbed my shoulder and presented before me like the bear like some sort of product. I mean, that's a pretty unique head this one's got here. I don't think I've seen anything like it around here in Hong Yuan. But isn't that just a prosthetic? In the shape of a clock, I guess. But still... I mean, let me ask you something. Can you imagine why anyone in the right mind would say a clock where their head's gotta go, even if they were hurting for cash? That's mean, Sound. Don't say that about Dante, they deserve that. Ain't no way, ma'am, never. There are way more versatile bio-modifications available here in Hong Yuan than whatever that hack job is. Nobody in their right mind would. Yeah, bio-modifications, so they're tying into more of the natural side of things. I do wonder if this, like, seems to, like, mean, like, maybe, like, the eastern side of the city is a lot more focused on, like, naturally thingies. I mean, that would make sense from what we've seen, like, S-Corp, right? So I'm thinking, like, G-Corp's kind of northy. It's like, yeah, I think G-Corp is more northy, and we know North has, like, I don't know. I could see the east part of the city focusing a lot more on, like, some more biotic type stuff, right? I don't know. Exactly, right? No idea what went down, but this fellow here seems to have fallen on hard times. Too bad we live in a world where such misfortune can fall on honest soul like them. Boy, oh boy, looks like this one got scammed. A real nasty scam, too. Whatever backstreet they got that from must have been a real scoundrel who did it. Tisk, tisk. And look, even the clock is on time. The poor person is barely conscious. Look, all they can do is make these weird tick noises because they don't even have a mouth. You don't need to go this far in, Sound. Like, we get it. There's a pretty hurtful things to say, but I decided not to take the face value. It's pretty obvious what she was trying to do. Somebody tell Sound. I'm getting dizzy. Good grief, you weren't kidding. Who could have done something so awful? So it wasn't the young Master Barry's got such a kind-hearted soul. He simply could not walk past the timepiece emporium selling this human being. So he picked them up to get their head replaced with something proper. Hong Yuan's got more than enough research for something like that, right? Oh, well, you're not wrong there. It's really easy to swap out your whole body as long as you've got the cash to burn. Don't think Dante could, though. What? A new head? For me? Right? See what I mean? So that's why they told you that young Master Bayu only has 12 people in his faction, including yours truly. Well, I see your point, but we can't just let all of us board. Yes, our young master fully understands the moral conundrum you find yourself in, so we'd like to offer you this tiny token of appreciation. So I brought some bills from her pocket and smoothly slid them into the Palanquin bearer's own. Oh man, oh lady, you really shouldn't do this. I really shouldn't. This guy's gonna die for this. Oh, and another thing. I'm sure I don't need to tell you this, but if a word of this gets out, things might get pretty messy for both of us. And that doesn't have to happen, does it? She really wants to come along, huh? Ahem, indubitably, man. I'm doing this purely out of the goodness of my heart, after all. What's a free ride for the downtrodden, eh? Seems to me this bloke's doing this purely out of interest in the fatness of his own wallet. Alright, stop gossiping over there and get on board. Wait, are we leaving Pilot alone here? Yeah. Fred's even noticed me staring in his direction. He stopped fidgeting with the radio and waved at us. Ah, don't you worry about me and have a safe trip over there. I've got some stuff to handle on the outside. You got this, Pilot. We believe in you. And that was a weird transition. I don't know what's going on that. This design is more akin to an extravagant limousine than a palanquin. Oh, look, a bottle of champagne. Can I chug this? Of course not. Drinking while on a mission is... Okay. The quick clap sound promptly put an end to this hubbub that the unexpectedly flashy appearance of the palanquin caused. Her demeanor had shifted entirely into that of a calm and collected strategist, a far cry from the person who was chatting up a storm with the bear just a minute ago. Got some important info for us? Time to get to work, everyone. Perhaps she's got important stuff for us, I don't know. Lot to be done, that's for sure. We got more fights here. It's more low-level / weak. It's probably more random grunts, right? That would make the most sense, I should say. Oh, and we can start to see the actual, like... Oh, there's, like, going to be a little arch style shift to the right, isn't there? I think that's what I can tell by, like, this. It looks kind of like, paintings, right? That sort of, like, aesthetic. Oh, yeah, I'm looking up. We can see that. Cool stuff, that's for sure. Maybe we'll end up looping around there, you know, go right, go up, that sort of thing. But anyways, I do think that'll be enough for this time. We did a fight, we got some info, we got some exposition stuff, but exposition stuff. We've still got a long way to go, though. But thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!